anything?
No.
When you came through the door?
Why? Somebody gonna get in trouble?
That's what she thought she heard one of you say.
Nah.
Well, Lieutenant
Or
Stone.
that you were here to see the sheriff.
Yeah, that's what
Maybe
we
it
told
was-
her.
Maybe it was.
Yeah, that's what we told her. We told her we're here to see the sheriff.
She just lost control really
Lost
fast.
control. Everything was good until she interjected.
Well, you know.
Bad
She-
day, you know.
She thinks
I'm
she's
here to see
empowered.
the sheriff, but I can see her confusion because this hospital is full. Like there's some other public
Gotcha.
offices and stuff that are open to the public right now. This is not because of the pandemic and stuff.
Right.
They're not allowing visitors. They're not allowing people to come in and relax or watch TV in the waiting room. Normally, anyone can come in here. For the
But
most part.
Lieutenant Stone, it broke down from as soon as we entered. Nobody said that when we entered. Nobody questioned us. And not
I
only
know
did
there were
it-
some new folks.
well, you know, that's not on me.
Yeah.
You know, and when we passed through, it broke down again when we were going through. We thought we had to go through security. They said no, just come on through. Nobody questioned us then. So it's like if they're new, get them together. All right.
Okay. So what? There was a complaint that was already filed. Okay.
Lieutenant Williams indicated that. I don't know where that came from.
So and that's going to be coming to me, and I'm going to be investigating that, looking into it. So I'm likely going to add your statements. It will be one complaint, and if other people come in and want to complain as well, it's all going to get kind of put together into one. And I'm going to be the person that's here. So is there something that you'd like to share with me today?
Well, I'd like to express my feelings that when I'm a citizen journalist and I am on this public sidewalk recording about what is going on with what we're dealing with today, what is happening with the hospitals today, and I'm recording on a public sidewalk, and an LA County deputy sheriff comes out to me and tells me that I am not allowed to film on a public sidewalk and point my camera in the direction of this hospital. And when I told her that that is not true, she stepped it up. I asked her if it is a law. You were telling me, is that a law that I cannot stand on a public sidewalk and record this hospital? And she says, oh no, I'm not saying you can't stand here and record. I'm just saying you can't stand here and record the hospital. It's verbal judo. She's highly uneducated. She violated the Bain Act because she, number one, was not, forget the Bain, I'll come back to the Bain Act. She was not wearing a mask. And I questioned her about not wearing the mask. You could have the virus. She came back with a flippant statement. Do you think I have the virus? I don't know.
Okay.
She started.
I saw all that.
Well,
I
let
saw
me
the whole
finish.
video.
I know.
Okay.
You asked me. At least
Okay.
let me have my speak,
Okay.
please.
Sure.
So I told her to stay away. She advanced on me. She got within inches of my face. And then from there, it was a bad scene. It was a bad scene. And she had a very flippant attitude. She never apologized. The other deputy educated her. It was obvious. He called her over, told her that what I'm doing is perfectly legal, and she left. She skedaddled out of there. You know, look, I know you guys all protect your own. She's going to get a slap on the wrist. Nothing else is going to happen, but I need to have my say. Bottom line, I want transparency, man. What she did was totally wrong. It is not illegal. Well, let me ask you this, Lieutenant Stone. What she told me was that it is illegal for me to stand on this sidewalk and film the hospital. Was that a true statement?
Okay. I viewed the video, and I'm
You don't want to
listening-
just
I'm
answer
listening
that?
to it.
Yes or no?
I understand First Amendment rights, and I understand. I understand your complaint, and I understand what you're saying now.
You just
Okay.
can't say.
I'm not gonna comment.
If we were friends and we were at church and you weren't in your uniform and we were buddies, would you have an opinion then? It's a fair question.
Maybe.
Okay. Maybe I'm translating into a yes. But anyway, needless to say, what do we do now?
Well, there's I'm going to probably talk with you further off the camera. We can do that now, or we can do that over the phone.
Is there a reason off the camera?
Yes.
And what is that reason?
We don't do our department investigations on display for the public to see.
Okay, so if I came in a private setting with you, I would not allow to videotape it or audio it?
You could audio record it, and I would audio record it.
Okay.
That's our usual.
Okay. All right. So, and that would take approximately how long?
It depends. Probably not that long. I mean, I think I understand all of the complaints, and you summarized everything.
I think that.
Your additional concerns right now. So.
Well, let me ask you: have I really? Is there a need to do that? I mean, I have expressed my concerns. I feel I have expressed everything, that going into a private setting that I'm not allowed to record but audio tape would just be redundant.
Okay.
I don't know if it would be any different. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because
Well,
you have my.
Will you be able to forward me will you be kind enough to forward me a copy of our unedited conversation out here?
Yeah.
With you giving me your additional concerns?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's not an issue. Give me a business card,
Okay.
and we will do that. And look, whatever happens, you've got my information, so I'm sure that at some point I will receive an email with a letter saying that you did what you have to do. I know that I'm not privy to what.
There's a whole process. You will be notified. We'll mail something
Right,
to you.
right.
I will need it. If when you're done here, I mean, if you want to give me your phone number and email and
Well, I gave you.
address and stuff.
There's really no reason to have my home address. I mean, you've got my name. If you want to do research on it, I'm sure you guys can do it. If you're going to listen, I don't want this to be. I've already got a federal lawsuit against one of your other deputies that did an internal affairs investigation and they found him dirty. Worse than this one, okay? You know, you guys know who I am already. So you've got my email. Just send me the follow-up, and hopefully she'll be at least addressed about it, because what she did was, you know, like I said, a violation of the Bain Act. Stopping me, placing her body in front of me. You saw the video. You saw the video.
I understand.
You know, so
I understand.
it's just, it was a bad scene, man. It should never have happened. I don't know. You don't have a policy. You know, I do this all the time. You know, there's a lot of sheriffs out there that understand that we all have, probably 90% of them, even more, understand the right that we have to film in public.
Yeah.
This one, I don't know how she slipped through the cracks. I don't know how long she's been a deputy, but she needs some training, and she needs it to go into her jacket. This complaint will go into her jacket, correct?
Yes.
Okay, very good. All right.
Because of everything that's going on, it seems like more deputies and police are starting to understand the Constitution more and starting to really respect it even more now. So the only thing I could say, I'm not going to ask for your opinion because you probably can't really give it, but just keep that in mind as things progress.
Yeah.
And you know, talk to your deputies about.
It wasn't you know, you guys weren't out here all the time years back. I don't remember.
No.
I don't remember, you know, First Amendment auditors going into public offices and filming everybody. People are uncomfortable being filmed.
Yeah.
If they don't understand, you know, the employees of a public office, they don't understand. Their first thought is, oh my gosh, you know, he's invading my privacy. I kind of, but they don't understand. And then you know the whole.
Man, we have.
Because then they call.
But Lieutenant Stone, that's the public.
Yes.
We're talking about a law enforcement
I
officer.
understand.
We have even retired officers and stuff, even officers on the force understanding what we do and why the importance of it. And even now, because of what's going on, it's even more important now.
And look, I'm going out. There's a lot of people that do that, and they're going out everybody's got their own style of how they do it. You know, you got people that go out and they just like want to stir up shit from the get-go. That's not my MO, all right? My MO is to go out, do what I'm allowed to do, and if I get an encounter, look, any officer has every right to come up and answer me. I don't have to respond if I'm doing nothing illegal, but, you know, your whole premise on this, I get it. People are uncomfortable, but if they're uncomfortable, that's why we're out here, to let them know that we have a right to do it. So there's a big difference between a guy like you who's educated on the First Amendment and the public who isn't. Okay, so I understand. But
If you get a chance, go check out that video from officer from Lake Stevens. He did a speech. I posted it on my channel. If you check out the San Joaquin News Network channel, you'll find it on there. But it's pretty telling, man.
All right.
Cool.
Can I would like to get the security officer's name. How can I get that? Can you please?
I
help me
can,
with it?
when we talk later.
Okay, when am I going to hear from you? Because at this point, before you answer me,
Yeah, I appreciate you acting professional too, man. Thank you.
yeah, that's fine. The purpose of us talking though is what? At this point, I'm thinking, I've made my complaint. You guys are gonna follow up. I'm gonna get a letter of what happened, and that's gonna be the end of it. What is the purpose of you and I talking any further? I don't understand that.
I think we're done.
Okay, so there is no purpose for you to get my number and call me. I'm just trying to clarify. That's
Okay.
all.
All right. Well, normally we speak. That's how we normally do. We speak with the complainant, take the phone, follow up, and we don't do it all. We don't do it all on email. And so
No.
and we usually send a letter out to your address, notifying you that the case has been signed.
Okay.
But
well,
usually that comes out to your. I don't know. We'll figure out.
You know that
Yeah,
complaints
email
can
it
be
over.
made anonymously though, right? So normalcy is kind of like redundant.
So, before you leave, so I understand. So at this point, you said you would give it to me when we talk. Since I'm not going to talk, is it possible I can get it before we leave? Her name?
I'll email.
There you go. All right. So I'll hear from you, what, within a month?
Yes.
Okay.
Sooner.
Sooner than that? Sooner than that? Sooner than a month? Okay. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Lieutenant
All right.
Stone.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
All right.
Thank you,
Good
too.
day.
Have a good one, man. Have a good one, man.
You guys have a good-
Hey, the Constitution is important, man. All right.
Yeah, Constitution.